Validation protocol development, the operational qualification blueprint. According to the FDA, process validation is the collection and evaluation of data from the initial design stage all the way through commercial production. This establishes the scientific evidence that a process is capable of consistently delivering quality products. We generally view this in 3 stages. Stage 1 is the process design. Stage 2 is process qualification, where the OQ resides. And stage 3 is continued process verification. Within stage 2, we follow a 3-phase approach often compared to building a house. First is the installation qualification, or IQ, which acts as the foundation and framing inspection. It verifies that equipment is installed and configured according to the manufacturer's specifications. Our focus, however, is the second phase, the operational qualification. Think of this as the full systems check. It determines if the equipment performance is consistent with your specific user requirements within defined operating ranges. This phase must be completed and approved before you move to the final phase, performance qualification, which tests the system under a normal production load. The actual writing of the protocol begins long before you reach the production floor. The foundation of any protocol is the User Requirement Specification, or URS. This is essentially the client's brief that outlines functional requirements, performance metrics, and compliance obligations. Alongside the URS, you must perform a quality risk management assessment. This risk-based approach identifies potential failure modes so you can focus your testing efforts on the areas that have the greatest impact on product quality. A common pitfall in protocol writing is rushing this planning phase. Rushing leads to overlooked steps and inefficient execution. A comprehensive plan must outline clear objectives, realistic timelines, and defined personnel roles. Without a clear scope, you risk scope creep, where you waste time testing systems that don't actually impact the validated state of the equipment. When you begin drafting the actual document, follow a standard anatomy. Start with a system description to provide an overview of the equipment's intended use. Clearly define responsibilities between the system owner, the validation team, and quality assurance. Before any testing occurs, you must include a prerequisites verification. This is a checklist to confirm that the IQ is finished, all SOPs are drafted, and all test equipment used for measurements is properly calibrated and traceable. The most critical part of your draft will be the acceptance criteria. These are the measurable standards that the process must meet to be considered validated. They must be objective, derived from your URS, and approved by quality assurance before you begin execution. You must move from vague descriptions to verifiable data. For example, instead of writing, "the alarm works," you should write, "simulate a high-temperature condition above 85 degrees Celsius and verify that the visual and audible alarms trigger within 5 seconds." Precision eliminates ambiguity during an audit. A robust protocol also designs for resilience. You are not just testing that the machine works when things are perfect. You are testing the edges of the envelope. This includes testing at the minimum and maximum operating limits to ensure performance during variable production demands. You must also include challenge conditions. This means simulating failure modes like power loss, communication disconnects, or emergency stops. This proves the system can handle unexpected conditions and recover data without compromising safety. To keep your protocol organized, categorize your tests into a master test plan. First, address functionality and performance, the basic buttons, screens, and recipes. Second, address security and access control, ensuring only authorized users can change critical parameters. Third, focus on the failure and challenge conditions we mentioned earlier. Finally, emphasize data integrity. You must verify that audit trails capture all relevant events in a non-editable format, satisfying the requirements for electronic records. Each individual test within the protocol must follow a specific script format for traceability. Every script needs a unique step number and a clear, unambiguous procedure. Every step must have a predefined, expected result. During execution, the tester will record the actual result, mark it as pass or fail, and provide their initials and the date. This creates a permanent, attributable record of the test. During the execution phase, the protocol must be treated as a formal legal plan, not a suggestion. Follow the steps exactly as written. If a result falls outside of your acceptance criteria, you must manage it through a formal deviation process. This involves stopping the test, investigating the root cause, and documenting why the failure occurred. Never test into compliance by repeating a failed test until it passes without a documented investigation. Once the testing is finished, you transition from the protocol to the final OQ report. This is your as-built record. It provides the documented evidence of a successful qualification. The report should include an executive summary, a presentation of all test results compared against the original criteria, and a summary of any deviations that occurred. The report is only complete once it receives final signatures from the quality unit and the system owner. As you finalize your document, look out for common flaws. Poor documentation, such as missing dates or unreadable entries, is a major red flag for auditors. Rushing through the review process is another risk. The approval of the report is not a rubber stamp, but a critical final check. Every entry must be attributable to uphold accountability. In conclusion, a successful operational qualification is the essential bridge to the final performance testing of your product. By following this blueprint-driven approach, you elevate validation from a simple paperwork exercise to a true discipline of engineering. This rigorous attention to detail ensures that your processes are robust, your data is integrous, and, most importantly, your pharmaceutical products are safe for the patients who depend on them.